To remove and install the front lower A-arm on your Ranger XP Kinetic, follow these steps. Park the vehicle on a flat level surface. Ensure it is in park, and remove the key. Next, remove the center cap from the wheel. Then, remove and discard the cotter pin. Continue by loosening the axle nut. Next, loosen the lug nuts while the vehicle is on the ground, but do not remove at this time. Then, safely elevate the vehicle. Reference your owner's manual for proper lifting techniques. Once safely elevated, remove the lug nuts and set aside. Then, remove the wheel and set aside. Next, release the harness clip for the pre-wired winch connector. Then, remove and discard the lower bumper fasteners and nuts. Continue by removing the upper bumper fasteners and nuts. Then, lift the bumper off the vehicle and set aside. Next, move to the brake caliper and loosen the pad adjustment screw, but do not remove. Then, remove and discard the upper and lower caliper mounting fasteners. Continue by carefully removing the caliper from the rotor, and then support it with a wire hanger, rope, or retention strap to avoid damaging the brake line. Next, remove the castle nut and cone washer and set aside. Then, remove the wheel hub from the axle and set aside. Next, loosen the lower ball joint nut until it is flush with the end of the ball joint stud. Using a sledgehammer, strike the end of the ball joint nut to loosen it from the joint. Then, remove and discard the ball joint nut. Next, remove the lower A-arm fasteners with washers and discard the nuts. Then, pivot the arm mounts out of the vehicle and lift on the ball joint end to remove the ball joint stem from the bearing carrier. If reusing the A-arm, thoroughly clean with a shop rag before reinstalling. Also, inspect the ball joint and ball joint boot for wear, tears, or damage and replace if necessary. Then, inspect the A-arm bushings and pivot tubes for damage or wear and replace as necessary. When reinstalling the bushings, ensure the tapered end is facing out. Also, ensure the control arm bushings are fully inside the arm before installing the pivot seals. If replacing the A-arm shields will need to be transferred to the new arm. Next, insert the ball joint end into the bearing carrier. Then, pivot the arm up and align with the mounting holes in the frame. Next, reinstall the fasteners and washers from the front of the vehicle and secure with new nuts. Continue by installing a new ball joint fastener. Next, torque the lower A-arm fasteners to specification. Then, torque the ball joint nut to specification. Next, insert the axle through the wheel hub and push the hub in until fully seated. Then, reinstall the washer with the domed side out, and reinstall the castle nut. Next, carefully slide the caliper assembly onto the brake disc, ensuring the brake rotor is between the two pads. Before continuing, ensure any items used to secure the brake caliper are removed from the wheel well. Then, install new upper and lower caliper mounting fasteners and torque to specification. Continue by tightening the pad adjustment screw clockwise until the stationary pad contacts the disc, and then loosen it half a turn counterclockwise. Next, set the bumper on the chassis and align the mounting holes. Then, install new upper fasteners from the front of the vehicle and secure with new nuts. Continue by installing new lower fasteners from underneath the vehicle and secure with new nuts. Then, torque the bumper fasteners to specification. Continue by aligning the pre-wired winch connector harness clip with the mounting point on the bumper, and press in until fully seated. Next, reinstall the wheel on the vehicle, and tighten the lug nuts until fully seated. Then, safely lower the vehicle until the tires begin to touch the ground. This will help keep the wheel in place when torquing. Once lowered, torque the lug nuts to specification in a crisscross pattern. Then, torque the castle nut to specification. Continue by inserting a new cotter pin and bend around the castle nut to secure. If necessary, tighten the castle nut to align the cotter pin holes. Then, reinstall the dust cap onto the wheel and ensure it is fully seated. Finally, lower the vehicle completely. For more information, see your authorized Polaris dealer or visit Polaris.com.